I am Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Playmates Toys Godzilla line, Spacegodzilla. Alright, my zillions, this is the first of the Playmates Toys figures I've been able to do here because I just was able to find them this weekend. I found this guy and the Big Kong. And yes, I know there's some controversy that abounds with this stuff. And I'm actually going to discuss all that a little bit later after we do size comparisons and before I give my final thoughts on this particular figure. But I'm going to be fair to this particular figure because this is a review for Spacegodzilla. So Spacegodzilla here has some decent proportions. Looking like a fine Spacegodzilla. You know, if you're new to this mold, and yes, that's part of the whole thing, then you're going to get a nice Spacegodzilla-like sculpt here. It does look nice. I think it's well done. You know, the shape-wise, it feels like Spacegodzilla. You know, it's not like perfect, but it's a little bit of a watered-down Spacegodzilla, but it looks the part, is what I'm saying. And I think that's good enough for what you're getting here for a $12.99, $12.93. It's a Walmart exclusive figure. Yeah, I think the overall shape of this guy is right. Getting a better look at this guy now, though, I think it's fine. You know, like, I'm gonna point out a few things here. Because these come in open packaging, you're gonna get stuff like this happening. Unfortunately, like, if you ever dealt with any open package stuff, they're always gonna have little chips at, like, the edges. That's unfortunate. I really wish Playmates would rethink that. Might not be up to them. We'll talk about that. But yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. But you know, it is what it is. The paint on this guy is kind of simplistic, as you can see. Stark white on the dorsal fins, the crystal dorsal fins. Kind of works. I don't mind it, actually. Same thing with the tail, and as you can see, a little bit of chipping there as well. But it's so white that I actually really dig it. The big spikes have like some big seam lines in them. Is what it is, but there is some nice gradation here from this like purple-ish to the kind of eggshell look. The head sculpt has a nice yellow crest here. Again, you get a little chipping at the top. The eyes are done in orange, and then it's not that the eyes are off, it's just the pupils. Let's zoom in just a little more. It's that pupil is a little bit bigger than that one. You can see there, and I probably will want to thicken that just a little bit. Now, some people really don't like the teeth, but you are getting the same white that you're getting over here, that really stark white, and it does stand out on the shelf, man. I gotta say, they could use some separation on those teeth, color it a little bit differently. This is, again, because of the mold of this figure, the teeth needed to be separated a little more. It's not all teeth here. And, you know, unfortunately, the factory that Playmates used probably didn't realize that, and probably neither did Playmates. Tongue done in red. Down the middle here, you get the salmon color. And I actually think that looks pretty good. Again, the sculpting is nice. Got some little bit of gray on the finger and toenails. You know, it's sprayed in that kind of very familiar, you know, monster movie series. You get a big gap here, unfortunately, at the foot. Can't get that to go in there, but it is what it is, again. At least there is articulation there. But overall, sculpt, I think, is pretty good. Paint could be a little bit better, admittedly, or could have a little bit more, but I think it works. I think it looks good, you know, enough. I mean, you gotta remember, guys, this is for kids more than anything. And there's a lot to be said about that. Kids do like a better product visually overall, but I think, you know, to knock around, to play around with, this is a perfect piece for that. You know, like, the plastic quality, and we'll talk about that right now. I was going to do separately, but it's different. It's a hard plastic. It's not a vinyl. And I think that's good. It feels like a nice, solid, thick plastic that kids could really like bang around with. And I think that's a good call on Playmates' part. It's a little bit different, feels different, and I like the way it feels. I really do. I think the plastic feels really cool. I'm glad it's not vinyl. That, to me, already just separates it from those other Bandai products. And it should, because, it's the start of something new, but we're calling something more familiar. Now, articulation, you get the head. You get the arms here, but you're not getting a ton of movement out of them. The legs have swivels at the thighs, and then as you saw, they have swivels at the feet, which is really cool, actually. I like that. And then the tail, it doesn't swivel here that I can tell, but does swivel back here. And this part of the tail is separated in the packaging, so you have to put it on. So, not a ton of articulation, but I don't think I was expecting a ton of articulation on these guys. But, it's good enough for what you get. Again, if you're, used to a lot of the Bandai vinyls, this is what you get. For your size comparisons, here he is with the Jax Rodan, Trendmasters Gamera, SH Figuarts Ultraman Taiga, Gundam Universe Unicorn Gundam, YMSF Neo Kong, the Mezco Kong, NECA Burning Godzilla, SH Monster Arts Godzilla 62, and of course, the Bandai Movie Monsters series, Spacegodzilla. So, now, let's get into the whole discussion here. First off, let's just do a comparison. You can see a lot of similarities here. And you can basically tell, what, the Playmates factory missed here. I do like the really dark, like black skin on this. I didn't mention that before, but it's more black. But yeah, a lot of it is the same. The tail is different. Obviously, the legs, have different articulation because this doesn't have any articulation. So that is different. What you can see here is this guy overall stands taller, but his head is more upright. They re-sculpted some stuff. There is different work going on here than there is here. But at the base, these guys definitely share some similarities. Some, not all. All right, folks, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the whole quote-unquote controversy behind this, why it looks the way it does, what's going on here. The Playmates steal from other companies. That is crazy. That is ludicrous. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been fighting that since the moment these things came into being on social media, on different forums, on my own forum. It's just a crazy thing to think that a company like Playmates would steal from another company like Bandai or NECA in the case of Shin Godzilla. Not the case, guys. Not in the least. That's not what is happening here. I know my pal Steven of Steven Toy Reviews put up a video that sounds like he, I didn't watch it, but just from the title, I'm assuming he's talking about the same things that I'm going to be talking about here. But it's better to hear from multiple fronts. I come from this front of knowing exactly what happens in this business because I've been in it. So, guys, when I talk about this stuff, I do know what I'm saying. That's why I have no problem arguing with people online. That's why I had no problem starting Ultrazilla Toys. And if you guys are new to me, this is stuff that, makes this channel very unique when it comes to toy reviews. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. So, Toho is actually the ones that own the molds for all this stuff. Not NECA, not Bandai. They are licensees. The licensor owns the molds to everything, right? The licensee makes it, but just like the license, they can't use that mold once the license is done. It is what it is. These molds belong to Toho. Now, Godzilla vs. Kong was supposed to come out in March, right? It got moved. Now, Walmart, who all these toys are exclusive to, has a major say in all this. Why? Because Walmart creates the space in this window in their store. And I also know this because I've been a store manager before. They create the space in their store. They must fill it with product. Now, they had a deal with Playmates to fill the store with this Godzilla product, you know, between now and, you know, come Kong and beyond, right? Kong got moved. The spoilers for that movie must move as well. Like, they can't release the product that far in advance now. The movie doesn't come out until November. It was originally supposed to come out in March. Playmates has to fill that void somewhere. What probably happened here? They probably went back to Toho and said, this is our situation. What can we do in the interim? Okay, let's take all these molds, let's tweak them a little bit to make them your own, and put them out now. So the other thing that's happened here, and this is obvious to me, is Walmart was also probably told Playmates, please create a product that goes along with the product we already have. So it's seamless, so folks go, oh, new ones of these, I'm going to pick them up. Retail. Easy retail business strategy to do. There's no doubt about that. That's definitely what happened. That's why the boxes look similar to the Bandai vinyls that's been out. That's why the product feels the same. That's why there's like straight up reissues under this Playmates line of some of those products. I didn't see those. I only saw the Spacegodzilla and the Big Kong. And the Big Kong is a new sculpt completely, so that's one thing. But, you know, to fill that void of getting an entire line of toys out there, they needed to do something and needed to do something quickly. And that, my friends, is, I'm going to say, without a shadow of a doubt, exactly what happened here behind the scenes. So, it's not stolen product. That makes no sense at all. Stolen molds, which is product. And it's not something, you know, to pull the wool over your eyes, like try to get you to buy something twice. They're just trying to fill that gap until the actual Godzilla vs. Kong toys can come out. So, obligations need to be met. It's a business, first and foremost. Hope this explains it a little bit better for you guys. But that's why you're getting this. At the very least, you can be happy that some of these guys are tweaked and they look different. And like I've been saying, they feel different. There's a little bit different articulation points. They look a little bit different here and there. And I can dig that, you know, like, it is what it is. We get more Godzilla product out there. That's not a bad thing, guys. So, I understand exactly what's going on. I hope this makes you guys understand a little bit more what's going on. There you go. And my final thoughts, not much more to say. I like it. I mean, I think it's cool. I like having more Godzilla product out there. That, first and foremost, is the most important thing. You know, like, it's very, very cool to be able to get more. Of course, these are Walmart exclusives, and that's a little harder for me personally to get them. So, you know, I don't have Walmart really close. So, yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, I dig this piece. I think it's totally cool. Is it perfect? No. But I'm gonna give Playmates Toys the benefit of the doubt for everything I just talked about. It is not an easy situation to be put in with the movie being moved. Godzilla vs. Kong, that is. So yeah, this line, you know, it's new. This is a first attempt, and I think it's fine. I do dig it. I'm looking forward to getting more. I'm glad that, you know, there is more Godzilla product. That's a great thing. It'll just be a matter of me being able to get them personally because Walmarts are not exactly close to me. But, you know, that's my problem. You know, for all those that can get these guys a little more easier, great. You know, and get them for your kids because, you know, that's the target audience, guys. Kind of like how the Trendmasters were back in the day. Those things are kind of revered now, you know, so remember that. You know, you may not like it now, but I think you're going to love it, you know, down the line, and you're going to be seeking these guys out. That's how collecting goes. That's how Godzilla collecting has always been. Man, I can't account the amount of bad Bandai figures out there and all other kinds of figures. So, you know, the hate on these are a little bit unfounded to me. It is what it is. They are fun, and I'm looking forward to getting more. So there you go, guys. That's my final thoughts. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. So please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram.
Buy yourself something nice on my eBay page. The link is down below and help support the channel. Till next time, peace out, peeps.